It's not. Flower, maybe? No, dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, right?
Beautiful. Yeah.
I'm a monkey, so that look cute?
That's very cute.
Okay. I come down. Does that look cute? Will you talk to me now?
Pretty.
All right, everybody, what's up? Welcome to yet another installment of JJG and the Face. We've been on hiatus because I honestly don't care. But right now we're on location in the UK, to be specific, Louth, Lincolnshire, England. And today we're here with the face of UK comedy, Kathryn Mather. Kathryn?
Hello, you're all right. Thank you for coming all this way to specifically do this one video.
That's all I was doing.
Yeah, I really appreciate it.
You're important.
Yeah.
All over the internet, yeah.
I am the face of all UK comedy. I spoke to all of the comedians and they were like, yeah, you go ahead. That's you.
You've been elected as their spokesperson?
Uh-huh.
Then I did a good job. Good on me. I actually saw you perform yesterday, and you know what? You can represent a lot. You represented yourself well.
Yeah, I like to think that I'm able to do that.
It was pretty awesome. So, cliche question, but what even turned you into a stand-up comic? What was the thing that you were just like, me, stages, let's make that happen?
I'm very needy. I think everybody is, aren't they? Like, I just need you to like me. Just love me. Is, I think, the driving force behind it. But I used to work like backstage in comedy and stuff. I did technical theatre and I was dog shit. I was so bad. But I did that because I wanted to watch it for free and because I couldn't afford to pay to watch it. And I did it because I secretly wanted to give it a go. And then I moved, so I grew up near Manchester and then I moved to London and I was like, well, I don't know anybody here now. So I'll just do it because it'll be less embarrassing when I'm shit at it. And I wasn't shit, and then people were like, "We'll pay you to do it." Yeah, and now it's been 6 years, and here I am.
Okay, that's awesome. I have a weird question. Yeah. So we had lunch this morning together. It was her, myself, and Robin Perkins, and we were having a delicious meal. Has comedy guided you to something specific, like a meal? Like, is there something you're just like, because of this gig, I had this meal? Like, have you had that meal that just says, yeah?
Not meals, I don't think. I'm not, like, we were saying this the other day at the gig, like, I'm not that much of a foodie, which is why it wasn't such a big heartbreak when now I can't taste things properly because of long COVID and short COVID. But I think, like, getting to come to places like this, it's so pretty. And
it's amazing. I feel like an asshole because I should have listened. You told me that you weren't into food, and you're like, yeah, I mean, I could take it or leave it. I'm like, so has standard time? I was like, I didn't listen. Typical guy. Look at me.
About your food.
Tell me about the thing you care about least. I was like, oh, I'm such a monkey boy.
But, oh my God, I have had the meal deal from every single supermarket across the land. So I'm well versed in meal deals and where to get a cheap pint and burger from. So
let me take a different angle. So what's been your favorite thing to be birthed out of comedy? That's not specific, like a great set. Like, what's been your favorite thing that's been a product of you being a comedian? That's what I should have asked. That's a little bit better. Give me some time. Jet lag, people. There's a 6-hour difference. You got it. I've been blaming jet lag.
You've been here for so long.
I was what I was about to say. I've been blaming jet lag for everything. It's gonna be like Christmas of 2027. I'm like, you don't like your gift? Jet lag.
So I didn't pay my taxes. I was jet lagged.
I know. A friend of mine called me out on that on Facebook too. I was like, what's up, dude? No, jet lag. He's like, bro, you've been there for a week. I'm like, shut up, Daniel. So I get called out by my friends. So what is the best thing that's been birthed of it?
Well, so I used to, for a laugh, when I go, because you travel to these places, don't you? You go everywhere, but you get there at night, you get off the train, you do the gig, and then you go back. So you only ever see places at night. So I used to jokingly take a photograph of, like, on my camera phone, and it would just be like black with like dots of light. and I would take a photograph and be like, I had a lovely time in beautiful Cambridge, which got retweeted by the Cambridge Tourism Board. That was like, you know, when the joke goes beyond, I was so happy with it. But then I got a new phone, which has got an excellent camera on it. So I couldn't do that joke anymore because it just kept taking nice pictures. You could see it. So then I started messing around with it and I got into taking photographs. And then lockdown happened. So then it was one of the few things that stopped me going mad because I lost all my work. And I got a new job after that. But like, yeah, it just, taking pictures. Because I feel like then you look at the world through a different lens and you try and find the pretty things. And you're like, oh yeah, that looks nice, or you know, I think that was.
By the way, publicly, let me thank you for this morning.
Oh yeah, like, your therapy session.
I had a therapy session. We woke up this morning and we all met downstairs. So that was a real moment for me. Like, I really mean that. I'm not even pretending to be all like her, she's amazing, she helped me. You actually did, because I mean, you know, as comics, a lot of times we're either with comics or sometimes we're by ourselves a lot. Yeah. I know I am.
Yeah.
Like I spend a lot of time alone in this noggin of mine. I'm just like, this is good, this isn't good, this sucks, this is shit, you know?
Yeah.
So Kathryn was asking me if there was a difference between doing stand-up in the States and doing UK comedy. And we discussed it. And I'm like, well, I don't know. And I bumbled around a lot. I was like trying to give an answer, but I didn't want to lie to you.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to sound like someone was pumping you full of shit.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate conclusion was, I'm afraid of the difference. You know what I'm saying? I'm afraid on stage I'm going to find out that there's a huge difference. But so far, my third trip to the UK, there just seems to be people want to have fun.
Yeah.
And if they don't, that's on them, and it's my job to be like, come on, have fun.
Yeah, I think that's kind of universal though, right?
That's what I'm thinking. So I think I had a little bit of a block. Like I think tonight's performance will be different than yesterday's. Not so much material. I think my approach will be a little different because I'm like, just go.
Yeah.
Just go. Like you're doing something nice. Just do it.
Yeah. Because we were saying as well about the whole crowd work thing, in that which you do seem to do a lot. Well, I've seen you once, but you did a lot of. When I saw you, I don't want to generalise, but your entire act on the back of one. I'm
still waiting to write my first joke.
Yeah.
20 years in, and I'm almost there.
It's so hard, isn't it?
You're writing a joke?
Yeah.
Right now, I have the luxury, and I don't know if this is true of you. Tell me if I'm wrong or it doesn't apply to you. I've started to travel enough that the jokes are being written for me.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's just like, hey, let me tell you about last Thursday.
Yeah.
And it's just my job to punch it up. Like, it's my job to be like, it's a good story, but deliver it like a stand-up.
Yeah.
So that's been the story that I bailed on yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go into it here, but I did bail on a story of like, blah, 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 blah. That's going to take too long. Yeah. And I don't know if they're my people for that.
Yeah.
But rest assured that story did happen.
Yeah.
And it's not me being like, shock value. It happened on a Tuesday in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
And I was forever changed.
Oh.
I'm going to leave it at that.
But I think as well, like, because there's, so I started writing a bit about when I went on a hen do, and the sad truth is that didn't happen because all the other people went out on the hen do and I had to stay behind at the hotel because I had long COVID. So
hen do for the people is like a bachelorette party?
Yes, bachelorette sounds so much cooler. We get a stag and hen do.
But Hindu sounds a little classier. I feel like you're gonna do like.
Oh my god!
It's just like we're going to a Hindu, and we're like bachelor party, motherfucker. Yeah. And like so, I think it's just a little bit more like bachelor. But I think ours sounds more jagged.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a Hindu. And they're not classy affairs. Like.
So is there something that what are you reaching for? Like what? I'm not asking you to plug a comic, but when you're as an audience member, at home or at a club, what gets you feeling like you got your price of admission? Like, what do you like to see? Like, are there specifically you're just like, I just enjoy that. What do you enjoy? I
like comedians where you watch a show and you come away having learned something. You're like, I'll go to bed a little less stupid today. To quote my work mummy, Margaret, she always used to say that. But it's I like, so for example, like I know whenever I go and see it's Kiri Pritchard McLean, I like her shows. Her shows always seem to have like something in them that are, you're like, oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that before. I like Sarah Pascoe as well, and I saw one by Kieran Hodgson. So I used to work at a comedy theatre, so I got to watch everything, and they said you're gonna have to sit in on this show. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, but it was like it's a show about Brexit. And I thought, I don't want to watch a show about Brexit. That sounds awful, and it is one of the best shows I've ever seen. It was so good because it was like just about how Brexit came to be, sort of the history of it, and how we got into the European Union in the first place, and then like working through it and how he left, and he acted out Britain's he acted out Charles de Gaulle rejecting Britain's application to the EU in the style of RuPaul.
Oh.
And it's perfect. It fits.
Yeah, that's specific.
Very specific, but it's just, he's excellent. So I like shows like that where you sort of learn something or get a new perspective, because I think comedy is perfect for that. It's a perfect vessel for bringing out, making you think about yourself and, how you behave and stuff through humour, isn't it?
Hey, and have you had a show where you got off stage and just been like, fuck my life? Like, just been like,
a bad show.
Like one that you really had to just get over?
Yeah, oh my God, so
I mean, every comic asks every comic that question.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing it for the people, because not everyone who's watching this is a comic, but I have to ask because I want you to take us through it. You know what I'm saying? Like that one that just gutted you.
The worst one. The only time, cause I usually don't give a fuck, right? I'm like, at first you're nervous and you're ooh, but then like after a certain point, I'm sure you stop being as nervous for most things. But unless there's somebody who you want to sort of impress, or if it's one that they all matter, don't they? But like at one where it's if I need to impress these people, otherwise I've fucked it with like this entire chain of comedy clips. But this one, it was the only time that I ever nearly cried on stage. It was so bad. Like and
now I'm like, please tell us.
What happened?
All the people out there who are masochistic want to know.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about it.
Oh God. So it was a gig that was got like it was in the north, and so
north of England.
The north of England.
Okay.
And my mum really likes comedy, so I don't drive. So she would drive me to gigs.
You don't drive? I met you yesterday. Yeah. We're quickly becoming friends. You don't drive because you're too young, too old, you're an alcoholic, like what's...
All of the above.
Okay, like why don't you drive? If it's personal, you can just tell me to fuck off.
No, it's it costs a lot to drive. I've passed my test, but it's just really expensive. The insurance is very expensive.
Okay, now is this true? You have to pay like a tax to drive or something like that?
Oh, there are so many different things. So, you got like your road tax, and so I live in London as well. So public transport is excellent. Like it would take longer to drive places. Okay. And they've also got like the ultra low emission zone, which means that you have to pay money for that. You have to pay the congestion charge to keep you out of the city centre. You've got to pay to park your car. You need a parking permit. You've got like your insurance. You've got to buy the car. It costs more because nobody has a garage, because it costs £20,000 for a garage. So that's what in dollars, maybe. Was it $30,000, $35,000?
In dollars or pounds?
Dollars.
Okay.
So it's a lot of money. Like it's an insane. It's like a year of my wage to have a garage, which would make insurance cheaper. Oh,
then that was a garage without the. I just said garage. I just like whatever. I'm acclimating. So that's not including the car.
No. So that's just a place that you're allowed to park the car.
And I'm so glad we talked about this, because right now, look at this. It's not just comedy for the curious that educates you. It's JJG in the face. We get people smarter than me who are more worldly, and they're like, here's the thing about garages.
Yeah, you're more worldly than me.
Whatever. I'm a dumb monkey boy. I can go to every country, every city, and every state and come back dumber than you.
Yeah.
And I don't pretend that I'm like I'm like, I have all the answers. If I'm sitting next to a female, I do not. If I'm next to another monkey boy, I'm like, smarter than you. Next to you, I'm all like, I submit to your will. Tell me what I should eat, please. Are these diapers or underwear? So I want. We'll find out. I'll shit in both of them, and I'll figure that out. See, cross American. Cross American.
My bread and butter is dick jokes.
You introduced me to a phrase I'd never heard yesterday, and I didn't. I had to actually lean over to Robin and be like, everyone laughed, and that's the thing. We're speaking the same language, y'all, but there are some things that slip through, and it's not because you don't speak well. It's just because I haven't completely tuned in.
I have a very strong accent as well.
So that, I don't know the difference. Like, I mean, I hear that you sound different, but I don't know if it's strong or not. It's just different, you know.
I had to clean it up when I moved to the south because people couldn't understand me. So, you know.
Well, you said, Sin Cave?
Oh, yeah.
Sin, is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was, and the joke was a little blue, and then she was like, bam, bam, boom, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to ruin your punch. Did I ruin your punch? Okay, well.
No, it's just a euphemism for your lady bits.
So, and I was just like, everyone laughed. And they were like, yay! And I'm all like, Robin, what did she say? She's like, she said Sin Cave. And because I don't want to talk during the show, so I was just like, Sin Cave. I'm like, and I literally said, because I was that guy, I was like, that's hilarious. Like, they were done laughing, and you just, if I was recording, you would have just heard me in the background, that's hilarious. And you're just like, shut the fuck up. No, you could have been, though. And I would have been like,
I'd never tell somebody who thinks I'm funny, shut up.
That's awesome. I betrayed a crowd member once. I did that, and I felt so bad. He was on my team. It was early in my career, and I had a panic moment where I lost myself. I was like, bam, bam, bam. The crowd's like, yay! And then I was like, this guy over here, and I just betrayed somebody. It was a panic move, and I betrayed this guy, and immediately was like, hey, bro, I'm super sorry about that. Like, just
It's so easy done, though, isn't it? Because you're in the steps.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. Yeah. It was embarrassing because I don't want to be a shitty person.
No.
If someone talks shit during the show, that's different. But this guy was just like, I love you, man. I think you're amazing. When I grow up, I'm going to be you. I'm like, fuck you, dude. And he's like, what did I do? Why?
No.
He just walked out, and he's like, I'm never coming to a comedy show again. No. But I bought him a drink. I hugged him because I will hug somebody. Like, so.
Things in the heat of the moment, don't you?
I suppose we're all human.
Yeah.
We can do that whole, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm human. I made a human mistake. So that gig that gutted you.
Oh yeah, the worst gig. So, my mum drove me to the gig because she likes watching comedy, and I like having her drive me and be there because she's my mum. And she came, and it was one of those, you know, the energy is great and it's going really well. And I jokingly said, if this goes wrong, it's on me. And then went out and died a fucking death. So bad. It was like silence. At one point I said, before I go, and I will go, and half the room cheered. One person was leafing through a fucking book. There was, and then there was someone, and he was whispering, "You're a slag." And that was
which is like a slut.
Yeah.
For you all at home, I learned that through Misfits. Did you ever watch Misfits?
Yeah, I love Misfits.
Yeah. Did you finish it?
I didn't. I felt like it lost its way a little
bit.
It
jumped the shark big time. Like, it definitely, the first season was great with that cast, and then the second season, a bunch of people y'all would recognize from Game of Thrones were in Misfits, and it's a British show about these people doing community service. Yeah. And a lightning storm hits. They all get powers for better or for worse, but they're almost kind of criminal-like, so their powers are kind of like...
Yeah, or they use them for good, or they use them for evil.
But I learned that phrase slag through the one girl who had the thickest accent.
Yeah.
That, you know...
Is it the one who can read people's thoughts? No? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. She was in love with Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan's the guy who came out in another show. He's a tall, slender.
He's Umbrella Academy.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Her and him had a thing going on. She's like, oh, slag. And I was like, slag, that's amazing. Dictionary, slag.
Pop it in there, remember? Yep.
I said dictionary. I don't have a dictionary.
No.
Monkey boy with Google.
Well, yeah, it needs dictionary.
So some guy called you a slag.
Yeah, but he was whispering it at me. So, like, usually what you would do in that situation is if someone's saying something to you, you'd be like, what's that? And then you would, have a bit of back and forth. Hey, okay, now I'm in control of the situation. It's all fine. But he was saying it so quietly, and he was near the front, that it was, and I couldn't quite see him because the lights were quite bright, so I couldn't, and I was like, if I say anything at this point, I'm so low status in this room that, like, he will, they might go, yeah, she is a slag.
Burn this woman!
Yeah, I'd be like, oh no. So at that point, and that, like, I don't know why I wanted to cry. I think it was just like layers of shit.
Because someone publicly called you a slut.
Yeah, like again and again and again as well. Like it was just like in your ear.
Where are you, dude?
I know.
Fucking show yourself. What a shit move.
I'll fucking kill you.
Just whispering your slang over and over again.
So then at that point, it was distracting as well. Like just from a practical standpoint.
It might distract me tonight. We're performing, and I might go on stage like, "What's up? I'm from Texas." I'm not a slag.
Yeah. Oh, like if someone was just going, "I love you," like really quietly, that would be distracting still, wouldn't it? Whatever they're saying. So it just went. I got off early. I left early. I was like, "Fuck this." I can't. To be fair to the show manager, he was like, "I will. I can just."
What's up? Just 2 more minutes, Bella.
Yeah, he was like, "I'll throw them out. Who was it?" And I have no idea. And then I left with my mum, and there were a lot of people smoking outside, and they do that thing, and they're all just chatting, and then you walk out, and they go, and watch you leave, and then I'll start talking again. And he's like, "Are you fucking talking about me?" And I texted. I'm in a female comedians Facebook messenger group, and I texted them and on behalf of all women, I am so sorry for what I did tonight, because it's on your shoulders. It's like, because if you do bad, then nobody would leave going like, well, I never liked male comedians anyway. All they do is talk about their penises. But
That's
I told one period joke in 6 years, and people focus on that. They're like, all they talk about is their periods. But I did one joke, and it's a good one. I
I love that you backed it up. You're like, I did one, and it was fucking good.
It is I am not cutting that out because it was funny. So yeah, I think it's I think if you're any kind of minority, well, not even a minority in the comedy field, then you feel that way on your shoulders, don't you?
But now you're rocking and rolling, you're kicking ass. We're going to perform here tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. This place is lovely.
It's so nice.
The Priory tonight. You guys aren't going to get to catch it, but we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to shine in this lack of sunshine kind of area.
Oh yeah, that's all of England.
Okay, well, we're going to shine tonight. We're going to have fun. Where can the people find you if they want to look you up and throw some support your way?
I am on Instagram, CathMathCom. I'm on Twitter, CathMathComedy, which is what I wanted my Instagram to be, but someone else already had it. What a bitch.
She's a slag.
I know. Oh god, she's not. I'm sure she's a lovely person.
Wonderful person.
Yeah, I don't want to do that to somebody.
We love you, and you're someone's daughter.
Yeah,
I apologize.
And I do a podcast as well called 0 Hours, which is about bad jobs, and to comedians about bad jobs, and that's on Instagram and on Twitter as well. And I started doing a website called Big Day Out, which I write about because I travel a lot, so I write about the places that I go to. So it's bigdayout.uk if you want to have a look.
Travel is the best form of education. If you can't do it, check out her website. You can do it vicariously through Kathryn. Yeah. So until next time, we'll chat some more. Yeah. We're gonna party tonight. We're gonna
real hard.
We're gonna do the show. We're gonna party up. But all you guys, until next time, y'all rock the day, rule the night, support this lovely woman. I'll catch you guys later.